Wish I could tie you up in my shoes, make you feel I'm pretty too. I was told I was beautiful, but what does that mean to you? Look into the mirror, who's inside there? The one with the long hair, same old me again today. My outsides look cool, my insides are blue. Every time I think I'm through, it's because of you. I've tried different ways, but it's all the same. At the end of the day,
greetings everyone, and thank you so much for watching another episode of the Emanuel Show. Today we have a special guest here in the studio with me to discuss a little bit more about beauty. A few weeks ago, we had an opportunity to talk to a young lady about eyebrows. On this particular subject of beauty, we're talking to someone who knows her expertise in hair and all things beauty, skin. What was that? Beauty, hair, skin, and nails. Yes, I'm sorry, I'm screwing up your introduction. But I want to introduce to you all a beautiful friend that I had the opportunity to meet well over a decade ago, who's always been such a great person to me. I want to give her an opportunity to tell her story and to school some of y'all on how to keep your beauty potential as high as it can go. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Miss Melissa Birchett. Hi, hello. How are you, my love?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I cannot complain. I'm happy that you made it here today. I really wanted to do this particular subject matter because a lot of people don't understand what the good nature is in terms of keeping up your appearance and a healthy appearance, healthy good appearance, if that makes any sense. You don't necessarily have to be fly all times, but just making sure that your touchables are healthy.
Exactly.
So, before we jump into the tutorial per se, tell me about Melissa. Who is Melissa?
Well, I am a licensed cosmetologist. I have been in the industry about 17 years. Started off as a child. My mother was a hairdresser. My grandmother, both grandmothers were hairdressers, and my great-grandmother owned multiple salons. So I kind of just was born into the way. So my mom started me off when I was about 12. I had my first paying client at 15 or 16, and it just took off from there. So now I do own my own entity, Style Salon and Clinical Spa.
Okay.
That's been for the past 5 years, and I hope to go further with building and growing different locations and all of that.
Okay. So you, in your own introduction, you said that you were kind of born into it because your great grandmother owned several salons, and your grandmother and your mother, you basically grandfathered in.
Yeah.
So, what moment can you recall in your past where you was just like, I have to be a part of that. This is something that's touching me. What made you? Can you give me a memory of a situation that it called to you?
The closest memory I have was probably was about 7 or 8. I had Barbie dolls. Most girls would play house or school or something like that, make scenarios up and all that, but not me. I wanted to braid their hair, I wanted to curl their hair, do different styles. Even on the smallest Barbie doll head, I would want to curl their hair. And I remember I would sneak and grab my mom's curlers and melt out all the hair in my Barbie dolls. And so one day she showed me how to actually curl their hair without burning it out. She took the curlers that she didn't use anymore and turned them way down on a warm setting and actually walked me through curling the Barbie doll's hair. And from there, I just always had that pull to do hair. Then from hair, in like 6th grade, I would toy around with like the leaf press on nails and doing nail art and stuff like that. So in high school, she decided to put me into a vocational program for cosmetology. And I started off there, took a break and went to college. Throughout college, I did hair in my dorm room, did makeup. I was modeling for a small period of time, and some of the girls would say, "Can you fix my hair?" while we're getting ready to go on the runway. So it always just like stuck with me. And even though I went on to finish college with a bachelor's in criminal justice, I went back to cosmetology school.
Because that's what was calling you.
Yes, that's what was calling me. I went back to cosmetology school. I got my license, and I went ahead and got my business started and signed up and, you know, legalized and all of that. So that's where I am now. I didn't look back on the degree. I was disappointed at first because
Because you
so
originally
much time.
had another path in
Yeah, I was expected to go to college, so I went. I was interested in law. Law is great, you know, it's very intriguing, but I just still had that pull. Still had that pull for beauty, so that's what I ultimately went into and I'm going to stick with.
In the beauty realm, what do you love doing the most? Hair, nails, makeup. What do you love the most?
Well, my foundation is in hair. I toy around with nails and makeup. I'm starting to really love makeup more. I wouldn't set that as a primary one day. I think I would stick with hair because there's just so much that you can do with it. Cut, color, and you know, now we're getting into the healthier ways of cutting and coloring and styling and all that. So for me, hair is
It's the
my
core.
primary. That's my core.
Since we in here, let's dive into it, because I have heard throughout my entire life of so much about good hair, bad hair, the grades of hair, and what and people being somewhat envious of others because some people can do what they want with their hair and some people can't. What is a good grade of hair for you?
As long as your hair is growing out of your scalp, that is good hair.
Okay.
Good hair is hair on your head. A lot of people take good hair into the realm of loose curls and the fine texture, but that's not what it is. Hair is, the purpose of hair, I should say, is to adorn and protect. Your eyebrows protect your eyes, your eyelashes protect your eyes, your nose hairs protect your nose from debris and all of that. And your hair on your head protects your scalp. So good hair is just hair growing out. You know? The hair coming out. So, but you can take hair that's growing out of your scalp and turn it bad. And that's where people kind of get it mixed up. It's not
How?
the chemicals that you use. We're now turning into the age of natural hair. Everybody's getting rid of the relaxers, the chemical straightenings, and it's not so much that you need to get rid of it, it's you need to be educated on it. The way that you are applying the relaxer really matters. You can't just slap relaxer on your head and to get it straight and then that's it. No, you have to go through the process of basing your scalp and making sure your hairline is protected, making sure your skin and your clothing is protected, and you know, making sure you're actually going to a professional. A lot of people like to do their hair at home. That's no problem as long as you're educated on what you're doing. I've seen many cases where people have either colored their hair at home, relaxed their hair at home, and use other chemical processes at home, and you can do permanent damage. You can burn your scalp really badly. You can cause alopecia from a lot of these things that people use. Another thing is tight braiding. In the age of going natural, a lot of people are doing protective styles. Protective styles are good.
And what are protective styles?
Protective styles such as sew-ins, some quick weaves, crochet braids.
Okay.
We used to call them lat chicks back in the day. Or crochets, braids, box braids, all of that. All those things are okay, but the tension is where the damage comes in. If you get with somebody that wants to pull as tight as possible so your style lasts as long as possible, and then your edges are gone when you take it out, that's not, that style hasn't protected you, it's harmed you, so.
Okay, so going the cheap route out, you and I discussed in your pre-interview how there are people want to take the cheap route out in terms of getting their hair done. They want a really good hairstyle for less money, and they end up with something bad or a product that they don't really like or damages them long term. Can you educate me and my viewers about not taking the cheap route out and actually spending money for good quality styles of hair?
Okay. Well, in my experience dealing with licensed and unlicensed stylists, I've noticed that most unlicensed stylists, they go to Sally's, they go to Elise, they go to your neighborhood beauty supplies to get their materials. The licensed stylists, we have a security to where we can go to special beauty supplies that only licensed cosmetologists or nail techs or makeup artists can go to. We have to take our license in. We know exactly what's in those products. When you're going to neighborhood beauty supplies and you're getting that box color, you don't know what's in it. I don't know what's in it. I can look at the ingredients and tell you maybe one or two things that may be right or wrong. But there are a lot of ingredients in these things that we just don't know what they are. So when you decide to go the cheap route out, and you go to the drugstore to get a box dye, or you call your friend down the street because she did her hair that one time and it looked good, and you want her to do your hair. When you go that route, you're taking a high risk, not only looking bad, but you can do major damage to your health by getting with an unlicensed hairstylist, or even by doing it at home yourself. So I definitely would admonish people to seek a licensed professional when dealing with, especially your hair and your nails and your skin.
Okay. So now that we've discussed the negatives, how would somebody change, or if they had something negative happen to their hair, and they want to get back to the good part of it, the health part. They want to jump into the healthy and growing their hair out and natural and getting a really great, I won't say grade of hair, but getting a really good outlook in terms of health. How would somebody do that? Because you and I discussed, vitamins and being able to, start all over, cut it off, start all over, and growing it out the right way. What are other ways outside of the vitamins that you would?
I would say outside of taking your daily vitamins, getting your water intake, your proper water intake, you're eating good, your all of that. I would say if you have gone through a period of damage with your hair, you need to go through a rest phase. If it's not so severe to where I've referred my clients sometimes to dermatologists that specialize in scalp. If it's not that severe, you want to just give yourself about a month. Make sure you're shampooing and conditioning, but other than that, don't do anything.
Okay.
Just rest. A lot of times, you'll notice the holidays come around and we eat really bad. And then we have to go through a period of rest because our gut is kind of, going crazy and you're feeling sluggish and all of that. Where your hair, your skin, your nails, they go through the same thing. For example, I tell my nail clients when you're wearing the gel polishes, the acrylics, the shellac and all of that, you need to go through a rest phase sometimes, because if you don't, you would have an adverse reaction to all of those things that you have been suffocating your nails with. So same thing with hair. You have to go through a rest phase. I tell clients that wear sew-ins a lot, you need to take a break. Take a break, because if you don't take a break, your scalp can't breathe. So in that phase, in that month's time of taking a break, you're just shampooing and conditioning and all that, your scalp is being healed from whatever trauma it's gone through. Some people may take longer. I do treatments on some of my clients. I had a client recently that she took the cheap route out, and she decided that my prices were too high for her, so she went to a family member, and that family member
screwed her up.
Did not do too good with her.
Pretty much.
So she's now back with me, and for the last 6 months we've been working on getting her hair back healthy, growing her edges back. She had some heat damage. She had hair burned out. She, her daughter, actually, the stylist that they were going to, the daughter actually, they snuck relaxer into her hair. So I'm working on getting that back healthy, and for a while, I told her we're gonna have to chill out on the heat, chill out on everything, and just give your hair a break. And a lot of times, you know, we work, some people 9 to 5, 5 days a week. Your weekends, you need a break. Same thing with your hair. And a lot of people don't think that. People think I just need to get my hair done, need to get my hair done, need to get my hair done, but sometimes you don't.
You don't need to get your hair done. So what are your recommendations for somebody who's suffering from really bad dandruff?
Dandruff. Okay, dandruff is caused by a few different things. Maybe your lack of moisturizing, maybe your lack of water intake, and it also, believe it or not, can go with the season change. I tell a lot of my clients from fall to winter, spring to summer, that's a time where you probably can see a lot of dandruff, a lot of dryness to your hair. One thing that I do with my clients to treat them, I do an apple cider vinegar rinse. That'll do a deep cleanse on your scalp. And I make my products, so my shampoos and conditioners consist of essential oils. And I shampoo and condition them. Sometimes a deep conditioner is needed for dandruff. But what dandruff is an overactive, your sebaceous glands are overactive. And your skin is trying to catch up with that oil that's coming on your scalp. So to cleanse that, the apple cider vinegar is a good natural way. Some people like to use clarifying shampoos. The only thing with clarifying shampoos, you have to follow up with a moisturizer. Moisturizer in hair, moisturizer in your skin, moisturizer in your nails, your best friend.
Okay.
Moisturizer is your best friend. A lot of people think that, oh, I shouldn't put this in my hair because my hair is oily. No, your hair is, your scalp is trying to catch up, trying to reproduce all that oil that you're losing. So if you have that dry scalp, you have the dandruff, you need to sit back, think, what am I putting in my hair? Okay, am I putting too much oil or am I putting too little oil? Because you can't put too much. You put too much oil, you can still produce more dandruff.
Okay.
You put too little, you can still produce dandruff. So I would say apple cider vinegar rinse, or a clarifying shampoo followed up with the moisturizing shampoo and conditioner.
Okay.
Would be great.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Do you have anything you want to caution to my guests in regards to like a decision they may be getting ready to make, or just words of caution, just to beware?
I would say be educated on what you are doing with your hair, skin, and nails. Be educated. If you're doing a big chop, or if you're deciding to go into a color that you're not familiar with, or you're deciding to go get your nails done at a place you don't know about, or going to a makeup artist you've never been to them before, do your research. Do your research on your products. A lot of times we run into issues where a client is allergic to a chemical that we might be using. I've used it on every other client that I've had, but now Susie comes along and her hair is falling out. I've used this product, her hair is falling out. What is going on? Well, Susie's allergic to it.
Yeah.
And Susie didn't know that this product had XYZ in it that she knows she's allergic to, but she didn't know that that product was in there. So what I do, I ask my clients a lot, do you have any allergies? Do you have any medical conditions? Because a lot, going back to what we were saying about damaged hair, medications can damage your hair. Your environment can damage your hair. You may be allergic to some things. So I would say to people, be educated.
Be educated.
On what you are doing to yourself.
That's true. That ain't the truth. I don't know what is.
Be educated. And I know that's broken English, but hey.
No, be educated. You need to educate yourself.
Educate yourself on what you are doing, because if you don't, you have nobody else to blame but yourself. You know, I have a goal in this industry to make a change. You know, so many people are in this industry for the wrong reasons, and I just see where so much change needs to be made, and that's where I want to start. You know, I educate my clients. I ask them, what do you put in your hair every day? You know, what kind of shampoo and conditioner do you use? What kind of moisturizer do you use? Do you work out? How's your diet? You know, I want to make a change in this industry to where the public can trust their stylists again. They can trust the beauty professionals again, and they will not be so quick to go after the price, but after the quality.
Yeah.
So that is my goal.
That's your goal.
That is my goal. Research your stylist, research these chemicals, research.
Which is educating yourself.
Exactly.
You're doing the due diligence.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Melissa, for coming on the show. I appreciate it. I can't tell you how happy I am that you're here, that you decided to come on out on somewhat of a dry day and participating. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
To everybody that's watching, I hope you are educated now with proper skincare, hair care, and hair care, you know, nail care. I want you guys to be educated. Go out and look at some of these products that you're using, and if you have any questions, ask your licensed stylists or licensed professionals who have taken the time to educate themselves in these particular products, who can guide you in the right direction. Thank you all, and from my heart to yours, I want you guys to live the best life that you know how to live. God bless you, and I'll see you all next time. I want to thank you all for watching another episode of the Emanuel Show. Here's a sneak peek of what's coming next week.
I get a chance and an opportunity to actually live out what he's spoken all over my life, and
I agree with you.
that, to me, I just feel like that's a whole nother world that people have become afraid of at a lot of time, because you know, you talk about the religiosity, and that's nothing but a distraction from what it really entails. Like, I've traveled on 2 or 3 private jets. I've sat with kings, and I can sit here and tell you that it would not have been possible if I didn't listen to that word. That my grandfather was constantly instilling, my grandmother, who just passed away early this year, my father, my mother, who constantly prays for me every single day. And I literally, she and I had a talk. And I said, listen, this is your job for me, and I will take care of you. I just need you to pray every single day. I need you to pray for our businesses. I need you to pray every single day. Just stand.
See this episode and many more like it. I ask you guys to watch and log on to www.theemanuelshow.com. We also ask you guys to follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, tweet us, and become a subscriber to our YouTube channel. I thank you all again for watching. Follow us on all of our social media. Like and comment on everything. You want to know your
Why would I look to all these things to keep you happy? Baby, get rid of you and then I'll get back to me. My outsides look cool. my insides are blue. Every time I think I'm through, it's because of you. I've tried to